Hey everyone, I'm Kirkland and I just finished reading an incredible book. I am still blown away about this. Um, it is an incredible book, and the book is called Declutter Your Way to Success by Terri Savelle. Now, let me tell you, this book opened my eyes to something powerful that I had to share with you. It was like putting on my glasses and I began to see some things that I just needed to share with you today. It is mind blowing. Um, we all know cluttering is a problem in our homes, but what if I told you that cluttering is sabotaging your success in ways you never imagined? Just physical cluttering, but spiritual cluttering and business cluttering too. Now, some of you are on this station and you know that you are business owners, some are entrepreneurs, some are in spiritual walk with the Lord, and some of us may just be natural people, just want to get some information. So this is going to affect you. And this book that I'm going to show you is Miss Terri. You need to check this book out. I thought that I needed to come out and start all these books that I'm reading. I'm always telling you about reading the book, reading books to educate yourself. I say, why don't I share these books that I am reading already to people so people can get a grasp of what is going on? Because it's exciting, it's blowing your mind. And here's the lady, Terri Savelle Foy, and she is a very incredible. Now, today I want to share 3 types of decluttering that can literally transform your life. First, let's talk about physical cluttering. Now, this is what Terri said. Terri said this. She said, your eternal environment reflects your eternal state. When your space is chaos, your mind is chaos. Just think about that. Replay. You may have to replay this. This is some good stuff that we need to hear to help you. I'm going to read that one more time. Your eternal environment reflects your eternal state. When your space is chaos, your mind is chaos. Okay. Here's what I learned in my business, Stewart Snag. When my workspace is organized, my thinking is really clear. Really clear. When it's messy, I'm making poor decisions. I'm wasting time looking for things instead of building relationships and growing my business. So when I was organized is when I was starting my business. I had to run my routes. I didn't have anything written down. I just was going out, just running routes. And here I was running over here, running over there, running all over the place. It just was a long, dragged out day. It's running routes. My office was a mess. Everything was a mess. And so I had to figure out what did I need to do to get this organized. Because I was wasting time looking for things instead of just building relationships. I needed to be a relationship to grow my business. So here's the solution. One thing that you have to do, start small. It's cleaning your house. Physically, what we're talking about. Pick one drawer, one shelf, one corner. Declutter it completely. You would be amazed how the small victories creates momentum for big changes, and that's what you have to do. When I started going into my house, me and my wife, we got together, we read this book. We thought some of the stuff we was already doing, but we needed to be on course. After we read this book, it kind of helped us to get on course. I'm not saying that it's going to make you do right but you got to work these things and work the steps in it to be able to get organized and to be declutterizing, because it's going to help you out. But you got to be consistent in doing these different things, and you have to figure out the solution. And we sometimes take on a big old amount of it, running here doing all these different things, and then we get to the point that we don't get anything done. It reminds me of an older guy that had a lot of regret. God bless his soul. He's gone to resting in peace. But he always complained about so many things he couldn't get done. He was like, I got this project over here and I got this done over here. It never got nothing finished because he was unfinishing everything. If he would have took, and I say, why don't you just start on just getting that done? One spot at a time. You get that done, and then you want to have to, at least you will feel, all right, I got a victory, I got it done. One thing done, and then you work on the next one. But sometimes people don't take my advice, and you may not take my advice neither, because it worked for me, and me and my wife is getting things in order in our lives. But here's the thing. Physical cluttering is just the beginning. And I'm telling you this physical thing because I said I'm going to give you 3 things. If you stick around and hang out long enough to hear all this information about this book that I'm trying to get you. And I just want to promote her because I learned a lot of stuff from Terri. Is being decluttering. She have a lot of more information about that. But one thing, this is just the beginning. I mean, this is actually the beginning, what I'm telling you about. There's more. We have to think about, after we talked about physical cluttering, now there is spiritual cluttering. And we all have this spiritual cluttering in our life, and that we have to get it together. The second type of decluttering, as I said, is spiritual. Okay. And we all know this is going to hit us very hard. Because it hit me hard in being able to get things together, because we carry around a lot of this spiritual clutter in our lives each time. Some of us have unforgiveness, some of us have fear, some of us have doubt, old hurts, limited beliefs, all kind of different things that we are dealing with. So I realize carrying around thoughts like, I'm not qualified. People won't listen to me. I don't have anything valuable to say or to do, or to, these fruits that we have. We feel like we're not good enough, and that we having problems, and these doubts that we have with beliefs, that is cluttering. It's cluttering. And so what I'm trying to do is help you to recognize these different things. Recognize them. Get your glasses and recognize, get your spiritual glasses on. We through with physical, this spiritual glass you need to put on so you can recognize what is going on in your life. So once you realize that all these different things, I don't have anything valuable to say, that spiritual clutter, and it was blocking my purpose, it's blocking your purpose. A lot of things that are blocking our purpose in life that we need to get done. So one thing Terri talked about in this book, she talked about in this book that was really, really, mind-blowing in this book that she talked about is, she said, we need to declutter our mind from negative and fill them with God's truth about who we are. So we need to actually start replacing those limited beliefs with, I am called to help connect. And I feel like that's what I am. I feel like God has called me to connect. Not only that, to connect with you, to be able to help you to unloose this decluttering in your heart and in your mind. Okay, let's move. I have valuable experience to share. Everything changed in my life when I did that. So when I got all this out of my head, I can't. I am called. Well, we have to speak it out and say, I am called to help people. You have to. If you got to write it down in the mirror and leave your sheet and say, I'm called to help people connect. And I always did. I liked helping people. Like doing these videos, I enjoy helping and connecting with people and connect people with people to be able to help people. I have valuable experience to share, and I am sharing this valuable experience. And you got experience to share. Some of the things you are doing in business, some of these different things that you are doing in your life that people need to know to help them to declutter their life, and so they can move on and say, hey, I can get past these different things. These things we need to do. We need to share these things with people. Okay. Now, this is number 3. And I want to break this. I'm trying to break this down. I hope that I am giving you some input, something to help you along the way, because that's the reason why I'm reading. And I said, I got to share these things with my audience, because these people, not only they need to know about being an entrepreneur, but they got to be able to unravel their minds so they can have a breakthrough with things in their lives. And so, what spiritual clutter are you carrying around? That I want to ask you that. What is it that you're carrying? Drop it down in the comments. What spiritual cluttering are you carrying around? Because there is a lot of things people are carrying around, and I had some. And so I'm asking you just to put it down so we can work together, is praying about it and talking it out, talking about it, and so we can be free from that stuff. What old voices are you listening to that are keeping you from your purpose? It's time to clean house right now spiritually and say, look, I need to be free from this. I need to get moving and try to be free from this. So that's the reason why I'm asking you to clean house, in order for you to get forward into decluttering. Like I said, first we talked about physical, we talked about spiritual, and the next thing we are going to talk about is business cluttering. We all have it. We all have it. Finally, let's talk business decluttering. Some of you've probably been waiting on that. Say, man, he's talking all this, man. I need to know about business. Well, here we go. We are here to talk about business decluttering. Okay, this is where it gets practical. We accumulate clutter. 2, bad habits, toxic relationships, activities that don't move us forward. I had to get my business, declutter my business. I almost couldn't get that out. I had to declutter my business approach. And this is something I want you to pay close attention. I was trying to sell to everyone instead of connecting with the right people. I was saying yes to everything instead of focusing on what matters. I want to show you here's what decluttering business looks like. This is what it looks like. Cut the activities that don't align with your goals, like looking on your phone all day, reading on stuff that don't matter, watching TV shows all day, and you should be working, being an entrepreneur. Remove relationships that drain your energy. Sometimes you talk around people that are negative, not seeing your vision. Get around people that's going to help you to be positive, to get forward with your dream, people that believe in you. People, you just got to move around from that, because this is going to help you in your business decluttering. And start reading, educating yourself, learning things. Step out the realm of all these different things that people don't. Get by yourself. Go to the library. or go to a bookstore and say, Lord, help me, teach me, help me to so I can be able to know where I need to be in these situations, or to learn to gain hold of the fruit that you allow me to be successful in. So eliminate the busy work that makes you feel productive but don't create results. So, sometimes we are dealing with that all the time. All day you so busy doing things and you really didn't get to a productive day because you probably parked, stopped, and you're supposed to be doing paperwork to do this, and then you're on the phone. You're supposed to be getting these listings done, but you're on the phone. You're supposed to be out talking with people, but you're on the phone. And so you have to refrain from that. Write yourself a list out and say, these are things I need to get done. And then put a time around it. Say at 7 o'clock, I need to be here to doing this. At 8 o'clock, I need to be doing here to do this. Set an alarm clock for you can get up and so you can follow your day out, schedule yourself. That's the reason why I always talk about scheduling yourself. And a lot of you not following these things, if you follow these things, I'm telling you, with growth, it helps me out a whole lot. Now, you can take some of these things and say, hey, some of these things work for me and some of them don't. That's perfectly fine because you need to figure out what works for you. But I'm just giving you some things that can help you, that help me. So focus on the few things that actually move your business forward. And what is that? I read books to move me back forward. I educate myself. I'm learning. I'm if I'm watching YouTube, it's something that's going to educate us in my field or what I need to learn in my business that's going to educate me. I'm adapting with and finding people that are around me that's going to help me get to the point and asking questions. Say, how did you get this far? What you doing about this? And these different things that you need to get done to have some results. For me, that meant focus on genuine connections and building relationships, not just pushing product. So you have to get around, build relationships. Even when I was selling my snacks, I started getting around and not just every time I see the manager, stopping him, hey man, what about this, man? You want to? I start building relationships, start letting them get to know me and stuff, getting an understanding of who I am and why I want to sell these things. And a lot of times I don't even have to ask them because I'm all the time building relationships with people that people just, hey, we need this in here. They want to help me out to sell stuff. So, okay, here's what I want you to remember. This is what I want you to write down. Get you so you got to be right now, or you can pause the video and then find some paper or either replay it again, and so you can listen to this. Decluttering isn't just about having a clean space. I mean, I use this, but it's really not about that. It's about getting a step and getting yourself in order. And this is what I want to talk about with this. It's just not a clean space. It's about creating room for life God has called you to live. And this is what I'm asking you to do. God is going to create that life for you. And he's going to make room for these different things. He's going to put you in places where you need to be all the time. And this is the way God works. God works so beautiful in your life. He's changed my life spectacularly. I have been places where I never thought I'd believe I would be. And I'm still going to be on different stages, different things that it's going to blow my mind. That's why I told you, follow me on this journey. And so if you take some of the steps that I had, you just take 10% of what I'm learning, you're going to see some growth in your life. But you got to put the work in to do it. Okay. When you declutter physically, you create space for productivity. Okay? When you declutter spiritually, you create space for purpose. When you declutter your business, you create space for what? Profit and impact. You are making an impact on people's lives and your life too as well. So here's my challenge to you. Here's my challenge to you for this week. Pick one area, like we talked, physical and spiritual or business, and start decluttering right now. Just start. Just start. I'm always telling you, just start. Just start it. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect plan. Just get started. If this is helpful for you and all this information that I have gave you that is working for you, and that you say, hey, man, I kind of like this guy. This guy's really giving me some things that make me think about. Could you take time out to hit that like button for me, or to subscribe for you can be able to get more content about building, connecting, and growing your business. Drop a comment on some of the things that can help me out, and tell me which area you're going to declutter first. Just say, hey, look, hey, this is the first thing I'm gonna start on. Just let me know in the comments of some of these things. Now remember, you're one decision away from changing your life. Make that decision today. Make that decision today. Hey, I'm Kirkland, and I'll see you on the next video. So subscribe so I can see you on that next video. Take time out to do what you need to do. So thank you all for joining me, and I appreciate you. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day. I know there's some good stuff. I know you'll be back. Thank you.